So I found this pen on the ground the other day, and every single thing I've written down since I found this pen, using this pen, has come true. Who would have thought? What's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about managing stress, dealing with stress. So reducing stress as well as how to actually deal with it. So I'm a stress ball. I'm super anxious all the time, or at least I used to be. And actually for the last few years, I used to wake up in the middle of the night or really early in the morning, like 4 or 5 a.m. in like cold sweats, stressed out as hell about the day, or like things that went wrong the day before, or like random scenarios that could go wrong with my business. Well, today I'm going to talk about a few things that you can do to minimize and actually deal with stress so it doesn't ruin your life, day, and keeps whatever hair you have left as an entrepreneur on your head. First and foremost, stop complaining and start actually solving your problems. One of the biggest things I did wrong, or I've been just kind of thinking I've been solving my problems, what I've been doing is venting. I've been complaining. I go grab beers with my friends and I complain about the problems. Like I used to have a sleep problem, and I complained about it for 4 years. But I thought I was solving it. Turns out I was doing nothing to actually tangibly solve it. And then I actually started doing things to solve it. And guess what? My sleep problem got better, my sleep problem went away because I stick to a bedtime schedule. I stick to like certain behaviors and activities that I'll share with another video. But it got better because I actually started solving my own problem. Number 2 is exercise or find a hobby. Look, at the end of the day, being an entrepreneur, this is going to be in your mind, running your business, various parts of your job, your day-to-day, things are just going to pile up. It's going to get stressful. So find an outlet. Like for me, exercising, running really helps. Actually, I hate running. Being on the elliptical or doing CrossFit. I hate CrossFit, but I do it anyways. Really helps. Like I come out of that thing like, yeah, feel great, ready to tackle the day. Or hobbies like I race cars, I skydive. Those things really, really help me get my aggression out. It helps me like come back with high adrenaline, high energy, and whatnot. Avoid telling stories in your head. So let's say you had a dispute with an employee, you had a dispute with your partner, or you had a bad day, something stressful happened. Avoid letting these stories run around. Let's just say you got a customer complaining, right? And it's your biggest client. Well, there's, between the time that they complain and let's say that happens overnight, you could be like envisioning all these scenarios that could happen. One way could be you could solve it and boom, it's great. You could talk to them and they could hang up on you. You could talk to them and maybe they're like, we're never going to pay you again. We're going to write this bad article about you. Reality is none of those things are actually going to happen. In fact, until you actually talk to them, nothing more forward can actually move forward except everything in your head. So avoid that. Just be like, tell yourself, nope, I'm only going to deal with the things that come ahead. No stories. Because that's something that really, really can haunt you and cause a lot of stress to you. Another thing you can do is build your network. People you can share, like connect with people you can share like stories, or people who can share their stories with you. Or again, I've learned the best things from people sharing their stories or their experiences, and just over beer or over dinner and kind of networking events. And it gives me an idea of how to solve my problem or a better way to solve my problem. Things like that. So it doesn't come from me venting. It comes from them sharing something randomly. I just get smarter. And better yet, combine your networking that you do with the hobbies. I love doing this. I actually, every couple of weeks, I rock climb with my good friend Zach from Book in a Box, and usually on Friday afternoons we talk shop and we rock climb and we learn from each other and we vent, and it's a great like combination of a couple things. Another tip you can do is block one day out of every week to do nothing. For me, that's usually Thursday or Friday, something in the end of the week, so I know I have more time. I don't plan on doing anything. Now, I'm not going to just do nothing that day. I don't have anything planned. So this helps me catch up if I have nothing else, but it also helps me think. It gives me that downtime so my brain can kind of recover and start to be creative, not tackling the things that happen today, tomorrow, what's in the near future or immediate future. It helps me think about ways to grow drastically my business, or gives me an idea of a new product to build, or just that quiet times really help me think. All right, another thing is say no more often, or do what I do, purge your to-do list every 6 months. So I mentioned this in previous videos. Every 6 months, I make a list of everything I do, and I start to cross out all the things I shouldn't be doing or don't want to do, or things that don't provide an ROI. Saying no is really, really hard, and the more successful you get, the more you're going to have to say no. So the sooner you figure it out and get better at it, the better it's going to be for you. Another thing I do is write monthly updates to myself. So imagine if you had investors. You got $50 million in funding. They're going to expect updates. Usually you have a board meeting. Ultimately, they're going to hold you accountable. Oftentimes, you give weekly, monthly, and quarterly updates. So write yourself as if you were the investor in yourself, because you are. You control your own destiny, blah, 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 cliches here. But let's say you have a goal. Like I have a goal I'm working towards for 2025. That's 7 years from now. It's a long time. I just threw that out there 3-4 years ago, saying in 10 years, I'm going to do this. And my goal is I want to have $10 million in cash in my pocket. Well, in the bank account, not in my pocket. Not in Bitcoin, but like actual cash. Yeah, for example, last year, I spent the month of May doing about 5 or 6 different speaking gigs in Europe. And my update to myself was like, I contributed nothing to my short-term goal of getting $10 million cash, but I think I built my brand, built a lot of connections that could potentially help me. But that's okay. Hold yourself accountable. And even if it's nothing, you now know what you can improve or things you can do. The worst thing you can do is lie to yourself about what progress you did or didn't make. I suck at breathing. So I actually use an app called Oak. It's for iOS. It's an app that pretty much you can time it for 3 to 5 minutes, and it gives you various breathing exercises like 4 seconds breathing in and then quick exhale out, or I think it's 6 and 2. But these various exercises that help you gain or relieve stress, and you'd be surprised how just simply breathing actually helps you. Science, go figure, right? Science. Here's another tip. Make a list of all the things that stress you out. And then guess what? Hire people to help you do those things. So for me, bookkeeping stresses the crap out of me. I hate finances. When I have to look at a spreadsheet of numbers, I just get anxious. It takes me a lot longer. I've never been good at math. I'm never going to get great at math. So I have a bookkeeper who does all this stuff for me and then tells me how I'm actually doing. My CFO is the one who kind of tells me that. And you don't need to be a big business to have a CFO. You can hire a part-time CFO. There'll be some links in the comments and description with some resources. So check those out. That's it, guys. There's a lot of tips you can do. There's a lot of things. Stop complaining about your stress and start figuring out how to solve it. All right, until next time. And also leave comments below about how you manage stress.